Swallowed Star 544 Attempting Sky Mountain. Chapter 544 Attempting Sky Mountain. Translator, Translation Nation Editor, Translation Nation. After a while, at the entrance of the Absolute Beginning Region entrance. Your Majesty Luofeng, this is the case of manuals we just received. It's what you ordered. Lady Fox waved her bushy tail and handed over the case. Thanks. Luofeng received the silver case. It was finally here. This was the third manual of time-space scribbles that was worth 100k points. As he had already acquired the first 2 volumes, the Virtual Universe Company only sent him the third. Carrying it, he turned and rose into the sky. Luofeng, you madman, stay there. A voice resounded. Luofeng turned around to look. In the distance, a silver light landed on the grass. It was the silver-armored black-haired youth Wooka. This Manka prince's body growth was indeed slow. Even after such a long time, he still hadn't fully matured. Why are you shouting at me? Luofeng smiled and walked over. In our past, we have had few star fragment meetings, even had the huge party for the Absolute Beginning members. But you've yet to attend even one of them. Damn, recently even in the virtual universe, you've completely disappeared. As he spoke, he punched Luofeng in the chest unhappily. Luofeng was initially shaken, but diffused the punch. These past few months have been critical, hence I haven't come online. Luofeng explained. These past few months, he had acquired the Beast God statue and had a miraculous encounter in Tianshi Palace. It has indeed been a few months since he's come online. Ah, Luofeng. Wooka's face grew mysterious as he said softly, "Let me tell you a secret." What secret? Luofeng asked curiously. I just came from the battle arena, and I got some news. Today, Bolin attempted the Heavenly Bridge. Wooka said softly. Again. Luofeng was shocked. Every 3 levels of the bridge was a breakthrough point. The higher the levels, the harder it got. 1 to 3 levels, 4 to 6 levels, 7-9. He had spent 80 years in Blood River World. Bolin, Longyun, Rongjun, Wooka, Chen Shui, Jialaishi, etc. all had chosen their own paths, all improving both slow and quick. However, everybody would still occasionally attempt the Heavenly Bridge, during which most of them had all improved. However, Bolin was on the 6th level back in Primal Chaos City, and over these 80 years, this absolute genius had been working hard. However, he still hadn't passed the 7th level of the bridge. It was obvious that the 7th level was extremely difficult. Right now in his batch, 3 people had reached the 6th level, Bolin, Rongjun, and himself. Bolin and himself had long reached the 6th level. Rongjun just managed to do it after 80 years. And there were 4 people on the 5th level currently. He attempted it again. Did he pass? Luofeng asked. Hee. Wooka mocked softly. That proud punk. He just failed 2 years ago and attempted again today. However, he still failed. Haha. Would the 7th level be that easy? The difference in difficulty from the 6th to the 7th is even more than the difficulty from levels 1 to 6 added together. Failed. Luofeng nodded. Right. His 80 years had many miraculous encounters. The 3 bodies were all working in unison, along with the raised comprehension and melding from Blood River energy. Even after all this, he still didn't have a guarantee of passing the 7th level. Work hard, Wooka said. Rongjun, that savage had just reached the 6th level not long ago. It'll be at least a few hundred years before he reaches the 7th. Right now in Outbatch, the fastest to reach the 7th is only you and Bolin. Luofeng, you have to live up to the reputation of our Absolute Beginning's 3 heroes. Get lost. Luofeng couldn't help but laugh and scold him. Absolute Beginning's 3 heroes? Hearing that name, he had goosebumps all over. This was because, among this new batch of geniuses, himself, Rongjun, and Wooka were close and their performance was good. Naturally, others would lump them as a group. This Prince Wooka, however, was very proud of the title of Absolute Beginning's 3 heroes. Luofeng wasn't used to it. Rongjun too would frown dissatisfied. Wooka, however, was very proud. I won't speak any more to you, I'll return first. Luofeng said. Ah, what did you buy? Wooka looked curiously at the briefcase in Luofeng's hands. Time-space scribbles. Luofeng said. 3 volumes? That's 100K points. Wuka stared wide-eyed, saying, "You ruthless, you sure are wealthy." Luo Feng didn't chat more and immediately flew up. So, he soared through the skies and quickly returned to his villa. Within the study, he sat before his desk and held his breath as he opened the case. Within it was a thick metal book. This book was 50 centimeters long, 40 centimeters wide, and its thickness reached a shocking 50 centimeters. Just how big was it? A half-a-meter thick book was much thicker than both earlier volumes. The entire book was still using the gold-colored metal pages, and there were a total of 1,000 pages. The third volume. Luo Feng looked like a hungry wolf staring at a sheep. His eyes gleamed, and he didn't care about anything else, immediately opening and beginning to study it. This Time-Space Scribble's third volume reflected the rainstorm picture. As he studied this, the golden-horned beast still focused on studying the beast god statues tearing sky and land every day, focusing on the first claw. These two will resonated and Luo Feng's level simply rose at a very obvious rate. Learning is easy, application and fully grasping it, however, is difficult. Truly comprehending the 108 wonders was an extremely hard thing to do. Luo Feng was currently working on the rainstorm picture with a slight sense of comprehension. Luo Feng, there's mail. It's from the Virtual Universe Company. Within the training grounds, Luo Feng sat crossed on the alloy ground. He flipped the thick time-space scribbles before him, and occasionally controlled the Nan Shan armament to practice, as countless dark gold little blades floated and danced in mid-air. Ah! Luo Feng's thoughts moved. Shua! Countless little golden blades acted like birds returning to their nest, all entering the dark golden long rod on his back. Mail! Luo Feng immediately pointed in mid-air, and a screen appeared, and on it displayed was the mail he just received. Secret Region Qualification Battle? Luo Feng looked at the subject. With a thought, he quickly opened and read on. The level of the Virtual Universe Company's core members were separated, from high to low, and also into the Primal Region, Absolute Beginning, Sky and Land, and Last Phase regions.
It wasn't such that if one entered the Absolute Beginning region, he would remain in there forever. There was intense competition amongst the core members. The weak were knocked back into the lower regions and the strong would remain. The stronger ones even got to proceed into the higher region. Competition was always present. If one didn't work hard during the genius battle, one may be the number one genius, entering the primal region. However, if he didn't work hard, he may be knocked down into the absolute beginning region during the secret region qualifications. During the second time, he may be knocked into the sky and land region. Resources were limited. The human talents were unlimited. As time passed, new batches of genius would always present themselves. If one's strength didn't match the absolute beginning region, he would naturally fall into the sky and land region. Yuxiang Mountain's primal region members, according to strength, were separated into Sector Lord, Domain Lord and Universe level. Within the primal region there were 100 Sector Lords, 10 Domain Lords and 3 Universe levels. Absolute Beginning region, 1000 Sector Lords, 100 Domain Lords and 30 Universe levels. Sky and Land region, 10,000 Sector Lords, 1000 Domain Lords and 300 Universe levels. Last Phase region. If a core member failed the competition, he would be dropped into the last phase region. This was the final step, of which the Universe level members would compete every 100 years. The Domain Lords would compete every 1,000 years. The Sector Lords would compete every 100,000 years. As the Sector Lords would mostly be stuck at the pinnacle for very, very long. Hence, every 10,000 years the Virtual Universe Company would organize a genius battle and hero battle, during which it absorbed a few geniuses here and there, along with some genius Sector Lords that pop out later. Thus, the number of Sector Lord geniuses were the most. Even with 100 slots on the Primal Region name list, the competition was still extremely intense. 100 slots. For the many from the genius battles, hero battles and others to compete for. Luo Feng thought as he looked at the screen. Qualification battle? I'm currently Universe level. This means that there'll be a battle every 100 years and it's beginning in 6 years. Luo Feng thought. From the male, the primal region slots have extremely intense competition, and not just from people from the same batch. One will also battle with the earlier generations and seniors. The qualification battle is very tragic. However, to enter the primal region, other than the qualification battle, there's actually another way? Luo Feng smiled as he looked at the male. The last phase members want to enter the sky and land region. The sky and land members want to enter the absolute beginning region. The absolute beginning members want to enter the primal region. How is this supposed to happen? There were two ways. One was the qualification battles and the second was attempting Sky Mountain. The qualification battles belonged to a large-scale elimination battle. The universe-level members would compete amongst each other, finally picking the victors. This occurred every 100 years. And at Sector Lord level, it took place every 100,000 years. However, attempting Sky Mountain was different. The core members could attempt at any time. There were a total of 3 Sky Mountains: Primal Sky Mountain, Absolute Beginning Sky Mountain, and Sky and Land Sky Mountain. If one last phase member were to pass all 3 Sky Mountains consecutively, then he would immediately rise to become a Primal Region member. According to the male, as long as I pass the Primal Region Sky Mountain, I can enter the Primal Region? Luo Feng's eyes gleamed. I'll give it a shot. After studying the 3rd volume of the Time-Space Scribbles for a couple of months, my understanding of the rainstorm picture has grown. I can even maintain Blade World for 30 seconds now. During a battle between the strong, 30 seconds is enough. Luo Feng thought. I'll attempt the Primal Region Sky Mountain. Virtual universe, especially open space. There was a huge piece of land there, and on it were 3 majestic mountains, each one higher than the other. This is the Sky Mountain? Luo Feng carried on his back the dark golden long rod and looked up at the 3 majestic mountains. At the halfway mark of each of the 3 were glowing golden words: Sky and Land, Absolute Beginning, Primal. Of which the Primal Sky Mountain was even bigger and taller. So, Luo Feng became a beam of light and flew straight at the Primal Sky Mountain.